everyone, welcome back to another video. It's Will's birthday tomorrow. I'm still exhausted from Comic-Con. I've got a day of work to do, but I'm very excited for his birthday because not only are we going to Thorpe Park, we are also going to see the producers at the Garrick Theatre. This is my birthday present to him. He does not know what show we're going to yet. He might have some guesses because I've been hinting at it, but he doesn't know for certain, and I've wanted to see this show for a while. He's talked about it, so I thought, why not? So that's going to be this video. We're seeing the producers. I am super excited about this. I've been wanting to see this since it went on to the West End, so I'm thrilled. I mean, I'm certain the two of us would have gone anyway, but it's his birthday and I want to make it special, and I'm also treating him to dinner at Gordon Ramsay's Street Burger. His choice of restaurant, I'm actually kind of excited to eat there. It's not too pricey, especially for Gordon Ramsay. I thought, oof, no, you're doing too much, but it's actually alright, so I'm excited for tomorrow. We're going to be spending about 4 hours at Thorpe, but it'll be worth it. We have Merlin passes, so if he wants to do it for his birthday, we're going to do it for his birthday. So, without further ado, I'm going to cut to tomorrow morning when we will be on the train to Woking. So welcome to the very early train that got us to Woking, and then we took the bus over to Thorpe Park. Thorpe Park was relatively quiet today. It wasn't the busiest I've seen it, but it wasn't the most quiet either. It was a hot day, it's getting into the summer, you know, school trips are coming in. But in 4 hours, I think we got on about 14 rides, which is so good, by the way. That includes a wait and a time in Ghost Train, but it was so hot. So that's why we took the Elizabeth line and paid a little bit more to get to Tottenham Court Road, because we needed the aircon, alright? We could not survive it. Once in London, we went to Gordon Ramsay's Street Burger. Both of us got the Wellington burger. It was actually really good. The service, though, not the best in there, I will say. It's very self-serve, and then they decided to put, like, a 10% service charge on. It was a bit ridiculous, but then we headed just down the street to the Garrick Theatre to watch the producers. I had never been upstairs in the Garrick Theatre before, but they have this really lovely balcony that you can sit at to drink your drinks. The only thing is, there's a limited number of tables, so get there early. We're at the theatre now, which obviously means Will knows the show. Will actually knew the show since yesterday, because I'm an idiot and I'm really terrible at keeping good secrets, but we're at the producers. I actually don't know the plot that well, but I'm very excited because I love a comedy, and yeah, I think it's going to be fun. We're sat in the Grand Circle A1 and 2. Said it was slightly restricted. I've actually never sat upstairs in this venue before, so we'll see how it is, and I'll give you a little seat review and I'll show you that in a second. But I'm really excited, and it's been a really good day and birthday for Will, despite the heat wave, so I will see you inside. When we got inside, we took our seats. I'm pretty sure we were at the front of, I think, the Grand Circle. Whatever the third tier is, we were right on the very end, so we did have to lean forward a little bit. It was a tiny bit uncomfortable, but for £25 you can't. We've made it inside the theatre. You've seen my seat view. It's actually not that bad if you just lean forward. You just need to do a little shimmy. But for the price, I got them on a bit of a sale. Very good seats. I'm very happy with them. We're both very excited, so we're going to watch Act 1 and I'll catch you at the interval. Will, have you bought me ice cream?
No, I didn't.
You did. You absolutely did.
There you go.
Thank you very much. It's the interval here. I'm having one of the best times I've had at a show in a year. Well, I was gonna say a long time. I saw Oliver and Mormon very recently, so it's close, but this show is absolutely amazing. It's so funny, it's so outrageous, it's everything I wanted it to be. Yeah, I'm having a great time, and I definitely want to talk about this show later on. There's so much I want to say because it's just insane. But I'm going to enjoy my ice cream that Will very kindly bought me. He didn't have to. I can transfer you the money. No? Okay. Well, I'm going to enjoy Act 2 with Will, of course, and I will see you when I'm home, and then I will talk about this wonderful show with you people. Okay, I will 100% talk about the producers, but I did just want to document the Paultons Park experience, my first Paultons Park experience. Obviously it is a family park, so the coasters aren't as intense as, say, Thorpe Park or Alton Towers, but Drakon was absolutely amazing, and it's a great family coaster to get kids used to inversions. Overall, the park was great and worth the money, of course, because we can't use our Merlin passes. So without further ado, I think we can wrap this up and get home to talk about the producers.
But not for long!
To everyone who got that reference, hi, here I am on my way to get a new tattoo. This gal is absolutely amazing. Her work is so stunning and intricate and delicate. She did a memorial tattoo for me for Pete Seeger, who was an American folk artist, specifically more active in the 50s and 60s, but he was good mates with Bob Dylan, Woody Guthrie. I just love him so much, and this is the finished piece. I really love it, like I said, delicate, intricate, and it's probably my most delicate tattoo that I have, because I'm very into the big and the bold. But this was a really nice change, and I really want to get another matching one on the other side for Woody Guthrie. And now you're probably wondering where this train's going. Well, this train is taking me to London Waterloo to see Oliver again. I brought Ava Brennan's art with me, which I could not give to her last time, so let's see if she's on. Obviously, I don't mind understudies. Understudies are amazing. Mia Malarkey is amazing. I do have to draw her. But we did have Ava Brennan on as Nancy, which was a real treat because I haven't seen her in so long. This ticket was actually a lottery draw that I won for £30 the week before. I booked row S of the stalls. It is far back, but you can still see absolutely everything, and the raking is amazing. For the record, I also met Ava Brennan, who is a lovely human, and I'm so glad you enjoyed your artwork. It is now time to talk about the producers at the Garrick Theatre. Now, I want to start this by saying, if you don't want any spoilers for the show, I recommend that you don't watch this part because I'm going to be talking quite in depth about the plot here. And on that note, I highly recommend that if you know nothing about this musical, keep it that way if you go to see it. On the contrary, if you do know about it and you like the movie and you like the musical, by all means, enjoy it how you know you enjoy it. However, if you have no clue what any of it is about, please go in blind. Please go in blind. The only thing I knew about it, and spoilers start here by the way, the only thing I knew about the producers was Springtime for Hitler. So we start the show with Max Bialystock, who is a failing producer on Broadway, and he wants to create a hit show that people love. Enter Leo Bloom, who makes him realise that a flop actually makes more money than a hit. So the two of them band together to try and make the worst show possible. Does it work? No. So in the context of the show, Springtime for Hitler is the play that Leo and Max decide to put on. So starting here with Max and Leo. Max Bialystock and Leo Bloom, what a duo! They are played by Andy Nyman and Mark Antolin. These two guys are hilarious. So Max is how you expect any stereotype of a Broadway producer to be. He's very sleazy, he's very overconfident, he's cocky, he's lazy, and he's got a lot of money in the bank from untrustworthy sources. You know, he's a bit of a bum and obviously a failed producer. Leo Bloom starts the show as a very unhappy accountant who wants to do more with his life. He has big dreams of becoming a producer, so when he teams up with Max, they are a duo that cannot be beaten. Leo does become a producer at the end of the show, and as you can imagine, he does follow a lot in Max's image. And these two actors were just phenomenal. They were loud, they were obnoxious, they were very over the top, but that is kind of the style of this show. So going back to Springtime for Hitler, we meet the character who wrote the play to begin with. He is played by who, I must say, completely and utterly enjoys this role. Maybe a little too much, and that's not even meant in a bad way, because he was insane. Now, he is obviously extremely passionate about his play that he wrote, and he is very happy when Leo and Max decide to produce it for him. He is very intense, he is very outrageous, he is so funny. I have two more people to talk about, but before I do, I want to give a huge shout out to all the supporting cast and ensemble, because all of them absolutely nailed this show. And Springtime for Hitler is a good song. So first up out of the remaining two, we have Katie Parr, who plays Ula. She is Leo's love interest and the actress, the leading actress in Springtime for Hitler, because she wants to make it as a star on Broadway. They naturally promised this to her, which is quite easy considering that she's quite ditzy and she's very confident and she's very sassy. And she's really got that bite about her, which really goes well with Leo's initial timidness, and it makes their scenes together so funny. She is a really strong supporting role, and her vocals were just killer in this show. They were amazing. And she is super, super stunning. And she was just a perfect fit for the role. And last but not least, we have Trevor Ashley, who played Roger Debris. Roger Debris is one of Max Bialystok's associates, who helps them put on the show Springtime for Hitler. He is very gay. As they say in the musical, we gotta keep it gay. And he is just so intense. He is over the top. He's everything that I've said about everyone else, because that's just what this show is. It's over the top and intensely bonkers. His costumes are amazing. He is absolutely stunning. He's so flamboyant and sassy and loud and confident about what he's doing, and he actually ends up playing Hitler in the final show. And one thing I want to say is I love how they do the final show. It's such a cliche thing with shows that have shows within shows, you know, like Moulin Rouge. You become the audience at the Moulin Rouge watching Christian's show. In this, you become the audience watching Springtime for Hitler on Broadway. And I love that kind of audience interaction because it really immerses you in the story. And the transition from you as an audience member watching the producers at the Garrick Theatre to watching Springtime for Hitler on Broadway was so seamless and so smooth. You know, Max and Leo enter the audience, they escape before they can see the reviews for the show, but obviously, as an audience, you have a great fucking time. And like I said, that's the twist. The show is an absolute hit, which is not what they intended. So there we go, there's the producers. Would I recommend this show? 100%. 1000% I think you should go, if you're not easily offended, that is. Now, the one thing I did find a little concerning about this show is there is no age rating online. So, for context, I'm going to Titanic with Will in literally 2 days. It's going to be a vlog way, way in the future because I've got a couple more coming out before then. But when we were booking Titanic, it's got an age rating. It's got a recommended for over 16s only because of how vulgar it is. You're telling me that the producers doesn't have a recommended age? For context, when we went, there was probably about a 10-year-old boy sat directly in front row who was getting all of the audience interaction from the actors, because I think they knew it was the most stupidest thing ever. But the kids seemed to like it, and, you know, they didn't leave in the interval, so do what you want, I guess. I've seen very, very small kids at Book of Mormon, but, you know, I guess a lot of young kids do watch South Park, so, like, who am I to judge? But for now, that is the end of the video. I'm gonna shoot off. But in the next video, I will be going to Oliver again. Ding ding ding, surprise surprise. Elliot's new favourite show, it's the new Back to the Future. But no, in all seriousness, in that video, I plan to talk a lot about theatre accessibility because as someone with autism, sometimes it's quite hard to go to the theatre on your own. So I'm sort of dedicating that video and the one after. You'll see why I said that when that one does come out, but I wanted to dedicate a video to that because as someone who was diagnosed quite recently, quite late in life, it's hard, and you know, I want to support people out there who also have hidden disabilities, or maybe even not hidden disabilities, just people who are disabled and want to access theatre better. So I hope you enjoy that video. I definitely enjoyed filming it because I love talking about that sort of stuff. Especially to bring awareness to it as someone with a disability. But that's all for this video, so I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.